class is for beginners. This is just using the kits. In the kits that are out today at the big box store, you get your silicone mold, and typically there's just one or two in there, and they each make three. You get hot cocoa mix and then the accessories, including the chocolate, and a lot of times you get chocolate and vanilla type. And when you give out of those, you can use the Ghirardelli. And I got those from Sam's. And you can buy your own marshmallows and mini M&Ms, and of course the cocoa mix. To start with, you'll want to use a half a cup of the melting wafers in a small bowl. And I just used a small little round ramekin, and we're going to microwave those for about 30 seconds and just stir them up, just to mix them up just a little bit. And I had to put it back in there for another 30 seconds. So at this point in time, it's a little bit warm, but it's not hot. But then you start stirring, and the more that you stir, the rest of it should melt. If it doesn't, go ahead and do it for about 15 more seconds. But give it a minute while you're stirring it. It should not have any lumps or bumps and just be very fluid. And that's perfect. Now, you'll want to start with your clean silicone mold that is extremely dry. And you'll see it actually, you're going to have a top and a bottom that you're going to make. So that will make 3 bombs. We're going to put a little of the melted chocolate in there, and using the back of the spoon, draw it up to the edges. And make sure it goes all the way up to the edge, and add a little more chocolate if you need to. But what you want to do is to smooth it with the back of the spoon so the whole capsule area is coated in chocolate. Now lift it up and look at it carefully. Do you see those 2 spots that I missed? I want you to just add just a tiny little bit. We don't need much. Just cover that up. And then we'll go on to the next one. You'll just repeat this in all 6 of the indentions in the silicone mold. And again, I cannot stress enough, just pull it up to the sides and just make sure it's all coated in chocolate. And I worry about the sides first and then the bottoms last. And just look at it, pick it up, look it up closely. Can you see I missed that edge right there? Gonna have to fix it. Okay. Just gently pull the chocolate up to the sides. It's not hard, y'all. You can do this. You can do it. And when you get all 6 of them done, put it in the refrigerator for about 5 or 10 minutes at the very most. And they'll come out and they'll go from shiny to a dull shiny. And then you know that they're ready for coat number 2. You got to put a second coat. Now the second coat actually will cool down faster because the first coat's already cold. So just pull it up to the sides, get the sides. I can't emphasize that enough. And try not to let much pool in the bottom, but you want to cover it, okay? Just continue to go around, completely covering a second coat on all 6 of them. Raise it up and look at it from several angles to make sure you've not missed any place. Now, if you happen to get a kit that has 2 molds in it, which is awesome, you can alternate one being in the refrigerator and the other one you're working on. Because by the time you get one finished, the other one will be cool in the refrigerator. So you just kind of leave it in there 5 to 10 minutes at the very most. Mine cooled down in 5 minutes just fine. Now, after they are set with the second coat and they've been in the refrigerator, you take them out. It's time to get them out. And you've got to have somewhere soft and somewhere that's not going to be harsh to sit them on, and make sure it's not hot because they will melt again. And you can't handle them for very long, but this is the way you pop them out. Hold the sides, and then with your other fingers, push up from the middle easily, and then it'll come out and it'll be so pretty and smooth and shiny. Try not to touch the bottom of it, and go ahead and take the rest of them out very easily the very same way. Once they're all out, you can put them to the side and keep working on making molds, or you can put them together. And you're going to have 3 bombs because every one of them needs a top and a bottom. Now we're going to use some really good cocoa mix. You can use whatever kind you'd like. This is just the powdered kind. And we're going to take a spoon and put it in the shells. But let's gather some other things too. Your kit may come with some packaged marshmallows, or one of the kits actually has some little mini teeny marshmallows that remind me of the marshmallows in Lucky Charms, actually, a cereal kind of like that. And you can use either one. Now I'm going to tell you what comes next. We have to heat the edges and smooth them. You can put a plate, a microwave safe plate, in the microwave for a minute, or you can use a heated pan that the heat's been cut off to. I thought I'd show you both. The plate cools off pretty quickly, so the pan tends to keep the heat a little longer. Now I switch to using gloves, and you take the half of the chocolate bomb shell and then you smooth it around, and then I have to use the side of the spoon to kind of gently free it from the plate, or either you can take your little pinky finger. But at any rate, the reason I'm using the gloves is so I don't get fingerprints all over them. I thought maybe using some cotton gloves would work too, because the heat wouldn't transfer from your body, but I don't have any cotton gloves. So I did the 3 bottom halves, okay? Next, I'm going to show you what not to do. Don't take a big heaping spoonful of cocoa mix, because you're going to get it on the edge. The best way to handle this is put a little bit in at the time. You can control it better, and you kind of want it to be level, okay? So let's level them in there, real easy. And I would fill it up almost close to the top. Next up, any kind of inserts or surprises that you want to put in. I have used the mini M&Ms, marshmallows, the mini marshmallows. I've used some homemade caramel that I've made in the advanced class that's coming up. And I'll get that video out to you soon, because I make a heck of a salted caramel one. But just pile them in the center. You want them to go to the center. You don't want to disturb any of the cocoa mix and get it on the edges. So then it's about time to seal it. And I'm going to tell you that plate has already cooled down too much, and it's not working quite as well to seal it. So I think what we're going to do is switch over to the pan and show you how to use that. You don't have to get the pan very warm, just enough so it will melt the chocolate. Then I cut it off to make sure it doesn't get too hot. And you seal it by melting the other edges of the top portion. Just go around gently like I'm doing there. And then you gently take the bottom piece and you place them together. And it may or may not seal all the way. Look what happened right there. It just didn't go quickly. So, I'm showing you the good, bad, and the ugly. What a beginner may or may not face or deal with. Because a lot of the videos, they don't show you everything. They edit everything out and make it look perfect. Well, I don't want you to feel like you're the Lone Ranger if it's not going right, because not everything's perfect. And but that one did real well. Looking good, looking good. Next up is the sprinkles. Now, if y'all have them little round balls, put it in a bowl. They'll go everywhere. If you have the other kind, the jimmies, you can lay them in a line in a flat bowl or plate. Now, I'm going to tell you something. What we're about to do is going to take care of 2 issues. Can you see a few little gaps right there? there's a little bit of gap. So I'm going to show you how to fix that and to make it look better. Now, as your chocolate runs low, you add more melting wafers and you do it for 30 seconds, no more than once, maybe another 15 seconds, but stir, 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 get it smooth again. Now, gently hold it and put a little bit on your spoon edge and turn it and let the melted chocolate go over that seam gently. Don't push down on it hard, just kind of let it gradually go and it will be there. And then you can take it and roll it in either the jimmies or the sprinkles, and just be careful with it. And you're not going to want to hold it much more than that because the heat from your hand will start to melt the ends. Isn't that cute? And you can keep on doing the same thing, very gently, just sealing those edges and getting them in the sprinkles. Now for extra decoration, you can kind of use the chocolate as a glue to put on marshmallows on top. You can put a little chocolate at the top, then put some sprinkles on it. You can use some sand and sugar, other kinds of sprinkles. You know, your imagination can run wild. But I'm just talking about the stuff that you may have in your kits. You can use it to the best of your ability. And, you know, just let your imaginations go. And I thought these marshmallows were kind of cute. And they add extra marshmallows that are floating at the end as well when the cocoa bomb comes open. Lastly, take your spoon and drizzle a little chocolate back and forth for some added ooh and ah factors. It really does dress it up and make it look cute. That's not hard. You just kind of let the chocolate drip off the back of the spoon, go back and forth. Isn't that cute? Ta-da! Aren't they really pretty, y'all? And you can package them up and tie them with ribbon, give them as gifts, and like cellophane cookie bags. And you can find those at your craft store. But my friend Lori gave me a cute cup, don't you think? Let's try one of them with milk. Warm up at least 8 ounces of milk, maximum 10 ounces. But if you're going to use 10 ounces, I'm going to show you should use a larger cup than this. Now the milk should be hot. And slowly pour over the top. And eventually, as you keep pouring, have them watch, because something magical is going to happen. And that's why I like putting marshmallows on the inside no matter what else I put, because it comes right to the surface and it's so cool. But that was 10 ounces of milk, y'all. It should have been a larger cup. But irregardless of that, when I show you the good and bad, the ugly, let me tell you, this is the delicious part of it. You're going to love doing this with your family. Take a big old sip of that rich old chocolate and enjoy. And also subscribe so you won't miss the advanced class coming out later this week. Y'all take care. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless you. And the truth, they're awesome. Y'all will love it.